Family Medicine. And I was going to go ahead and begin the welcoming process. The law we're ready for everyone.
John Sherman.
I'll just talk about it. Good evening.
No, we got another shrink.
Okay, so the microphone's not working. So good evening and welcome. I'm Dr. Janet Ricks. I'm Program Director for the Department of Family Medicine. And as we begin our program, we would like to go ahead and welcome you to the hors d'oeuvres. The hors d'oeuvres are being served buffet style. So we'll go ahead and if you would like to take of those, go right ahead while we're waiting for all of our participants to arrive. Thank you.
This is my mama, y'all just got to experience her. She's doing the kids with her and that. So, you know, whenever I be like, let me call my mama. This is my sister Leon. And my dad,
Bread thali hai.
How are you? Now you?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I can. How are you? I'm good. You're alive.
I didn't know it was a restaurant.
If you can sit next to me. No vaccine, no so we didn't need it, so we wanted to. We would have some issue. It's interesting because typically we have this union, so as anybody. Okay. It's a meeting space. I mean, you already called me. I was trying to listen. I was trying to, COVID. Don't worry, I already told everybody to go tell him. On job today. I was so Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Still no rain. Good evening, everyone. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me in the back. Okay. All right, I would like to once again welcome everyone. And if we can find our places, so that our servers can go ahead and begin the order taking portion of this. We can go ahead and do that. So once the orders are taken, we'll start with the rest of our program. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll wait for the host.
Hello?
Of course we do. How are you, my friend?
Hold on, let me switch to my.
Good evening, everyone. Hello. If we could start to take our places so that the orders can be taken, that way nobody gets missed and everybody gets their dinner. 2022. As we begin our evening, I would like to welcome Ms. Denise Mitchell, who's our Director of Clinical Operations, to give the invocation.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of this class resident. It has been a joy working with you all for the past 3 years. I remember the first few weeks of several of you in clinic, the excitement, the nervousness, and it's really been a joy to work with you all, and we wish you the best, and we're going to miss you. So let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this awesome night to celebrate these wonderful physicians. I'm asking you to go with them and guide them in their future endeavors. I ask you to bless their hands as they bring healing to the many patients that they come in contact with. I ask you to protect their families, protect them, and give them peace and pour back into them as they pour out to others. I ask you to give compassion, teach them to have compassion as your compassion goes through them. I ask you to let them have patience on that difficult patient that they may not have insight to, but I ask you to give them wisdom there also. Now I ask you just to bless their homes, be with their families, and protect them in all that they do. And we just ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Denise. And next to give his greetings will be Mr. Billy Permenter, who's our financial officer.
Thank you, Dr. Ricks. Good evening. I too want to welcome you to the ceremonies tonight. My name is Billy Permenter, and I have the privilege of being the administrator for the Department of Family Medicine. I've been in this position for quite some time now, and it's always a pleasure just to gather this time of year to celebrate this occasion, to celebrate the residents, and really validate their achievements in front of their family and friends. So I do want to welcome you and just thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you find the atmosphere here tonight to be friendly and enjoyable. I encourage each one of you to take some time to mingle and really get to know each other, meet each other's families, and that type of thing, because we will forever share a unique bond from being associated with the Department of Family Medicine. So everybody in this room tonight that's here will be part of our family, and that's important to us as a department. It's one of the joys that I get from working in academic medicine is year after year we get to extend the family. So we're constantly adding people to our family. And I'm not going to go so far as to say that we're like the New Jersey Mafia. But we are in the sense that once you're part of the family, you're part of the family. So just know that. You're always welcome. We will always love you, appreciate you, respect you, welcome you back to our department at any time. So thank you again. We hope you enjoy the evening.
All right, so the next item on the agenda is our Chief Resident's Address. And I would like to say that it has been a true pleasure to work with our chiefs this year, and I look forward to working with the upcoming chiefs for next year. So, without further ado, it's Dr. Vandy Lee and Dr. Shrina Dewan, and then followed by Dr. Megan Case and Dr. Tiffany. Good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
My name is Shrina Dewan,
elected to serve as chief residents for the 2021 and 2022 academic year. Thank you very much to everyone who has helped us get this far. Our families, parents, spouses, siblings, children, the support staff, the staff members, the faculty members, the techs, the nurses, and everyone in between. We have been through many birthdays, weddings, births, and some unfortunate losses during residency, but we find comfort knowing that our loved ones are here today, either in person or in spirit. On that note, congratulations to our families for sitting through the last of these graduations. It's been a long road. Can we have a round of applause for y'all? We sympathize with the resident who's going into fellowship, so his family unfortunately sits through another graduation. Congratulations to the partners and spouses who survived this 3 years alongside the residents, and we can finally start meaningfully contributing to the household income. Again, one more year, Dr. LaJoffe's family. I could not have asked for a better group of residents to work with. These were the most uplifting, the most amazing people that I've ever met, from orientation to each birthday party to the board review course. Everything was amazing, and we've become so close, work as a team so well. And this is reflected really well with our faculty as well. I believe that attitude starts from the top, and so we do have to thank our program director, Dr. Riggs. She has been an advocate for us from the very beginning, making sure that we stay on top of the latest guidelines. She even took our personal emails so she can continue to send those to us. Thank you so much. She's always told us to strive to be the best physicians, and she's been the best example for that as well. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Riggs, she is very overqualified to teach us because she's notorious on hospital for knowing the most rare cases and getting each of them at least twice. Seriously. If you've noticed that we've gained weight during residency, that's also because of her. She'll bake you brownies, cookies, southern cooking, cinnamon buns. Oh, and armatures, that's right, we'll get to that. Honestly, I'm still thinking about those brownies. But she has been our friend, our mom, our support system, and doctor when we need. She checks in when we're sick or sad, and she definitely celebrates with us when we're successful and happy. Thank you for everything you do and continue to do for your residents. Now for the good stuff. Our residency class has been through a lot. A pandemic, an ice storm, and just the regular Mississippi weather, where in the early afternoon you have a heat wave, and in the late afternoon you have a tornado warning. I'm not sure what was harder, being a resident during the pandemic or signing an order using Cerner at safety. Speaking of COVID, Dr. LaJoffe and I were on inpatient together as interns in March of 2020 when the pandemic hit. And we had patients asking us left and right if they had the COVID when they were admitted for a hip fracture. He would take his time, he would be calm, collected, patient with the patients, and he dealt with each situation with such exemplary confidence and patience. And the rest of us definitely hope that we can learn that ability. Now that I've said the nice things, he's also the first one to mess with my chair in clinic and act like an angel like he did nothing. I know I'll miss his antics, and I'm sure the rest of us will say the same. Another physician who doesn't need any lessons on dealing with patients is Dr. Thompson, whose patients seriously love her. I'll see one of her patients in clinic, and the next thing they'll ask me is, so when do I see her next? Where is she today? And why isn't she here? She has that effect on everyone with her infectious personality and kind nature. She works hard and plays hard. She misses no opportunity to go out with us and have a good time. I'm sure she'll excel at the Mayo Clinic. Yes. Now, Dr. Chabra and I are both Canadian, and he is the person I can talk about home within my Canadian accent, eh? Just kidding, we don't say about. He was my first friend as we navigated through the visa process together, and we've all had the pleasure of watching him grow as he found his other half here in Mississippi. We wish him a bright future in California. All right, Dr. Patel, Dr. Matazity, and I interviewed together and ended up in residency together. What are the chances? 3 people, same day. Since that day, Dr. Patel has been brutally honest, which has a way of making us laugh. She is always ready to go out and try something new, even dragging some of us to escape rooms, even if we don't enjoy them. She recently got married. Congratulations, by the way. I don't see her husband here, but I did have a message for him that she has a way of getting what she wants, and I'm confident she will continue to do so, but hopefully he's watching. The next one is closest to my heart. The person I started my first real month of inpatient medicine and residency with, and that's Dr. Lee. I don't think she needed an introduction. She has been my work wife since then, and she has continued to support me throughout my days. I get homesick, so I mentioned I'm from Canada, and she will invite me over, have me over to just watch a movie and hang out with her wonderful family who are right over there. I learned how to be an efficient and good doctor because of her. She was the example when I was on hospital, and I did not like that because she would continue to show me up. But now I'm glad that happened because I learned how to be better because of her. I know I couldn't have finished this journey without her or the 2 people book club that we have started where we pass our favorite reads back and forth. She has been my other half and has picked up the slack when needed, especially during this year as chief. I'll now let her say some hopefully nice things about the rest of the residents.
It's my turn now. So thank you, Dr. Dewan. So just a warning, my part of the speech is way more emotional, way more touchy-feely. So she'll take over for me if I start crying because I am just a huge baby when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's just so crazy to think about how much responsibility gets thrown on our shoulders from the start of residency. I mean, do y'all remember Baptist? We would do inpatient admissions. We do ER stuff. We'd answer the floor pages for the entire list, and we'd have to get done to get lunch and then to go to clinic. I remember in hospital, Dr. Amin running around on the floor like a chicken with her head cut off because she had a patient who was hyperkalemic, had EKG changes, and she wanted to make sure the nurses were giving that patient their medicines on a timely basis. Even though that meant she didn't get to get lunch and she just went straight to clinic after that. I think that just speaks volumes about her character and how much she really cares for her patients. And then from there, we go from interns whose only responsibility is to see patients to now upper levels, where we have to see patients and we have to guide our interns and teach them things. And as someone who's not considered a pushover, or as someone who is considered a pushover, learning how to navigate this teaching role was definitely not easy. I will say that Dr. Motasby has taught me how to be more confident in my knowledge and how to stand my ground. It is amazing how much sass she has in that tiny package. She was also the one who changed my world with the Italian ice cake at St. Dominic's and told me that it is always okay to de-stress with sweets and that she would never judge me for doing so. Dr. Morris, all the way in the back. There are so many stories that I could tell about Dr. Morris. You know, it all started with us being in the same cohort for our 3rd year of medical school, and now we've gone through residency together. He's probably run the most codes out of all of us, and has even achieved ROSC in some of his patients. You can count on him to stay true to his beliefs and his morals, and you can also count on him to begrudgingly see your last clinic patient of the day because daycare called and said, your kid is running a fever, you need to come pick him up. And then he'll text you afterwards and make sure everything is okay with your family. He has become one of my closest friends in residency, even though I've gotten replaced by Dr. Thomas right there. So speaking of Dr. Thomas, she has been someone that I have admired throughout our training. If I ever have questions about recent guidelines or specific management plans regarding a patient, she will more likely than not have the answer. She's always reading, she's always studying, even if it's late at night, because her daughter Mackenzie keeps her otherwise occupied throughout waking hours. But don't let her fool you, because she is not just a nerd. She, during her spare time, she loves to stalk the co-residents and snap pictures of us just doing random stuff about town. Okay, so lastly, Dr. Dewan, my first and my only work wife. I first got to know and work with her during our first real rotation of intern year in patient medicine at Baptist. She always had this cheerful disposition about her, no matter how stressed, no matter how overwhelmed she was. She never ever made fun of me for answering floor pages with, "We'll take care of that," even though I had no earthly idea how to take care of anything at that point. Fast forward to 3rd years, and we've got the opportunity to work together, this time in the capacity of co-chiefs. She's become someone I can wholeheartedly trust in any situation. She's my cheerleader, and she's my psychiatrist. I hate that you're moving away, but I guess I have to give you back to Rushi at some point. Okay. So I think it's really rare to have a program provide such a good learning environment while placing emphasis on resident wellness, and I think that all stems from the leadership. Dr. Pittman is our current department chair, but I remember working with her while she was still the program director. Regardless of your stage of learning, she probes you, she challenges you to think about every possible diagnosis, every possible treatment plan, and then she'll make you second guess yourself so that you can learn to be more confident in your decision-making skills. She'll tell you to sing your favorite song, mine is Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, before going into a difficult patient's room. And she's not afraid to tell you when she's in her feelings because of some hearts next to a certain attending's name on our inpatient list. Thank you, Dr. Pittman. Thank you for being a role model and for learning how to control your facial expressions when we're presenting to you. So we can't end this night without also thanking Miss Chandra. Thank you so much for all of the hard work and the effort that you put into making sure that we graduate residency on time. It starts with notarizing our paperwork all the way to coordinating our dinner tonight. You work behind the scenes, but we know your job is one of the hardest there is. Thank you so much for putting together such a beautiful event, and we will remember this day forever. Okay, lastly, I know I've been talking a lot, but we can't end this speech without once again showing our appreciation for everyone for traveling both near and far to be with us tonight. For the families sitting with each graduate, the words thank you will never be enough to express how grateful we are to have you in our lives. As Dr. Dewan mentioned, it's been a long road, and you've been there with us and supported us from day one. You were there with coolers full of home-cooked meals because you knew we were too busy studying for our step exams and too exhausted from our inpatient service to actually have time to eat a proper meal. You prayed for us when we were scared and stressed, and you happily cried with us when we achieved our dreams. We love each and every one of you, and we are so, so blessed to have you in our lives. Congratulations, class of 22. Whoop! Sorry, redo. Congratulations, class of 2022. We did it! Well, I'm Megan Case, and this is...
Tete Bone. Just my first name's okay.
So we have really big shoes to fill, as y'all can tell, especially after those amazing speeches that y'all just gave. But we are honored to be chiefs this upcoming year and hope that we can do at least half as good a job as Bambi and Trina have done for us. But we have just a small token of appreciation, which will never be enough for all the things that they have done, but we're going to give that to them now. And we wish all of y'all graduating residents best of luck in y'all's upcoming adventures.
I just wanted to like the opportunity to just say thank you to both of you. I think I was in hospital with Dr. Lee my first interim month, and that was a little bit nerve-wracking. But I had the opportunity to learn a lot from you, get to know you a little bit, even in the stressful moments. So truly, I thank you for everything you've done for me, and I'm sure Megan feels the same way. And Dr. Dewan, I almost forgot that I was in hospital month. December. You have the ability to turn stressful situations into laughable moments that you forget you're actually supposed to be upset. Learned a lot from you. I know Megan and the rest of the second years and your class appreciate all that both of you have done for us, and we wish you the very best, and I hope you guys succeed in both of your careers and do great things, and I'm sure we'll hear all of the wonderful things you guys are doing. So thank you very much.
Well, your friend says some nice things about you. But stuff we already knew, though. I mean, we knew that already.
Let me get you in there.
No, I'm good.
You don't want to get in there. Okay.
I'm working with cotton candy from Dr. Rich, so I have a brain psychology. Thank you.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I asked her another game, man. I hit her up. I didn't. So you think I should?
पण 24 गाडी पेलो गाडी दिले मुरली
Yeah, you're welcome. The last one, you're welcome. You know, you're never there though. Yeah, I'm going home. The day before. That's a nice one. Not even that, just that one living room would be enough for our It was gonna be, we love each and every one of you that you would do, don't we? But then I decided to take it out and like put together. So what you're telling me? Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Do Yeah. We didn't even plan it. Yeah, good job. Thank you. I should have gone for 8. I didn't think that was.
Susan does great. She's like,
Listen, we're suffering.
He said he wants to be. Yeah, I am not gonna
Go
be
fund me for like next year.
for the next.
I got from there, my team. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they're talking around.
As everyone's finishing up their meals, we'll go ahead with the remainder of our program. And I just wanted to say a few words about this class in general. And then we'll proceed to the certificate awards. And then the rest. As I do each year in preparation for this event, I look back on the personal statements of each of our graduates. Y'all, I know that y'all thought that y'all would have to hear about those personal statements anymore, but I do read them. And this is the document, for those of you who may not know, that gives us a sense of who the person is when we are selecting applicants for interviews. Yeah, we will look at the board scores, and they're important. We'll look at the dean's letters and the letters of recommendations. All those things are important. But I enjoy reading the personal statements. As I've said to some of you tonight, yes, I know I'm strange. But yes, I do actually enjoy reading those personal statements. And one of the things that I've noticed when I looked back on those personal statements this year, and I noticed some similarities that I hadn't paid attention to before. And it was a theme. There was a theme for this class, and that theme was perseverance. You overcame things. You did things that you weren't comfortable with, and you succeeded. And some of those things were physical challenges, some of them were health issues, and some of them were moves, and there were just a lot of things in there that reminded me of perseverance. And had we known then what we knew now, we knew that you would need it. During your intern year, this little thing called COVID hit. And it changed the entire world that we practiced in. The clinics closed, which was an adventure. Rotations ceased to take residents, and the medical community was thrust into turmoil. And y'all needed that perseverance a lot. You weathered rotation changes, clinic closure, as I said, virtual meetings, virtual patient visits, cold calling patients from MD Live, and then your own personal illnesses, and then illnesses among the group, because eventually most everybody got COVID and had to be either out or covered or both, okay? And then through it all, I knew that if I needed something, I could call and I could get somebody. And it was not an issue. It was a pick up the phone, who's next in line, okay? Well, they're sick, darn it. Let me call the next person. And I did that, and I've done that for the past 2.5 years. Now, you're moving on. You've covered everything here. Now it's moving on to cover something else. However, I believe that characteristics of perseverance will sustain you, and that you will succeed even after your residency. And you may be moving on from the residency, but you are ready. You are ready to move on. You're ready to take on that new practice. You're well trained, full of knowledge, and full of compassion, and I appreciate that. You're going to care for your patients, their families, your families, and yourselves. Unfortunately, you'll experience some sadness, but you'll also experience a great deal of happiness as well. And through it all, you persevere. So, I'd like to appreciate and thank all of the participants. And on to the certificates. This is in no particular order. I deliberately do not do this alphabetically or any other thing that may be out there. It's when I pull up those personal statements, I get a list of them, and it's just whichever one comes up next when I click the exit button. So, Dr. Kusma Patel. Kusma attended medical school at Ross University School of Medicine in Dominica. In medical school, one of her preceptors noted that she had a quiet strength which suited her. We've seen this during her time here. Sometimes not so quiet, but it's true. She works through each day. She doesn't tend to get flustered with her patients, which is great, but she takes care of those patients. She completes her work, and she moves on. Always showing curiosity, compassion, and confidence. She's been a joy to work with, and I will miss her. She'll be returning to her family in Virginia for outpatient practice. Oh, wait. Photo ops. her undergraduate degree, she attended the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine in St. Martin. Initially, she was a bit tentative in her approach to patients. That, as a result, she is steadfast in her desire to guide patients through their visit and to educate them on their conditions. Caring for her patients and her fellow residents, she never forgets a birthday. Or any other reason to bring cake. She will also be returning to her family, this time in California, to practice outpatient medicine. Dr. Brandon Morris. From Rising, Mississippi, Brandon trained at Ummc and then decided to stay here for residency. He has been dedicated to family medicine since the beginning. He is following in his father's footsteps. Even though he was steadfastly against joining technology, and I think he still is, he has joined his class with enthusiasm. Steadfast, willing, and able to fill in for shifts, Brandon has been trustworthy and capable. He will be joining practice with his father in the future. Dr. Kelsey Thomas. Raised in Greenville, she went to Texas for her undergraduate training and then on to medical school at St. James School of Medicine in Anguilla. I think I pronounced that right. She may project a reserved disposition, but she is passionate about educating her patients, particularly in the realm of women's health and contraception. That was also a personal thing. We have enjoyed watching her and little Mackenzie grow. Unfortunately, Kelsey will be moving to Iowa to work, and then she's also going to pursue further training in primary care. Dr. Trina Dewan. Coming to us from India by way of Canada, Trina attended the American University of Integrated Sciences School of Medicine in Barbados. Prior to medical school, she worked in customer service. She needed those skills in customer service this year as chief president. You did. She has been a leader since her intern year. She was one of the ones that was affected by COVID because when COVID hit, her rotation told her she didn't need to come. So we put her to work at the Mass Testing Center. She is moving to Idaho for some reason. I'm sorry, Indiana. Practice outpatient medicine with her new husband. Oh, recently from Georgia, Sugar also attended the American University of Integrated Sciences School of Medicine in Barbados. And I always kept forgetting to ask if y'all were in the same class. He's been very much a quiet leader, although he does tend to have some pranks in him as well. He has moved through residency steadily, learning to balance family and work during happy times and stressful. He has been capable and reliable. Sugar will be remaining in the area and starting a pain management fellowship here at UMC in the new year. Yeah, he doesn't know that yet.
What is that?
Karishma Amin. From India and Illinois, Karishma attended the American University of Antigua College of Medicine. Karishma started our program by getting married. She was navigating a new marriage and new family with a new residency, and that may have been difficult, but it's not impossible, and she has succeeded. She has grown in ability and confidence, and she will be staying here in the Jackson area for an outreach. Abhishek Chopra. Abhi is in medical school at Hatsurva Medical College in Manipal, India. Did I get that right?
Yes.
It has been a pleasure to watch Abhi grow and learn and become confident in his ability to manage patients and navigate the medical system. While he has not yet found his passion in any single aspect of medicine, he is continuously seeking improvement. He'll initially be moving to California for an outpatient and maybe some inpatient medicine, and he says that he may attend a fellowship in the future, but he hasn't decided before yet. Kanisha Thompson. Another one of our locals, she grew up in Flora, Mississippi. She attended the American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine in St. Martin. And even though she manages one of our longer commutes from Florida, as she still lives in Florida, she's always present and accounting for. She is a staunch patient advocate and will definitely go the extra mile for her patients, and her patients adore her for it. I have no clue what we're going to do with those patients. Although we're sad that she's moving to Minnesota and going to Mayo, we are happy that she will be pursuing her passion and receiving some extra training there while she works in women's health and OB, and will also be taking some patient medicine. And then finally, last but not least, Vandy Lee. Vandy is our oldest scholar of this group, and she has been passionate about family medicine since she started medical school here at UMC. She's been part of our department since she was a student. And while she's always been involved in residency activities, her participation peaked when she was elected one of our chief residents this year. She's always focused on education and patient care. She's an excellent teacher, both with her patients, with medical students, and with the residents. And Vandy will be taking her skills to Forest, Mississippi. And those are all our graduates. residency.
Good afternoon or good evening, everyone. Let me get my papers correct. I saw a couple of family members open those nice certificates and try to take a picture of the inside. It is empty. Let me explain to you why, because they are not done yet. So we are celebrating them as if they were, but if they act up between now and Thursday, it's not like that. So they get the official one because we know that if we give it to them tonight, they will go home with you and not come back. And some of them have clinic tomorrow. Before presenting the 2022 awards, let me exercise a moment of privilege by doing two things. One of which has already been done, but I'd like to share my thanks to Dr. Ricks and to Ms. Chandra for their leadership in this program. So you've already clapped multiple times, but indulge me in clapping one more time. Thank you very much. Ms. Chandra was running around like a very organized person, but very intentional person about making sure that this night is absolutely perfect. So thank you for your time and your effort, and to Dr. Ricks for your leadership of this program. I appreciate you, and I know exactly the shoes that you are walking in because I walked in them, and so I understand the burden that you carry, but also the love that you have for these people in this room. So thank you for what you do, seen and unseen. I appreciate you. And to Ms. Denise and Mr. Billy, who helped me to co-lead this department, I appreciate you tremendously. So again, if you will clap for them. And then the second thing that I want to do is to share just a few words of congratulations to our graduates. You can clap. There is no judgment for clapping. There is judgment for not putting hearts by my name on the list, but there is no judgment. I sat at my desk thinking about this night and the words that I wanted to share, and I saw each of you in my mind's eye. And what most overwhelmed me was your personal journeys in these last 36 months. The incredible growth and confidence and ability and skill, the mountaintops of welcoming new life, and the valleys of unexpected death, all in the face of a bewildering pandemic that has pushed us and pulled us, and whether we embrace it or not, it has shaped us in this thing that we call medicine. I saw each of you there at the medical mall, marching in with your entry song, your theme song playing, stepping through the curtain onto this proverbial stage of residency. I saw you standing there against the backdrop of uncertainty, unsure what you would face in the coming months, scared, fearful if we're honest. And then I imagined the you who would be sitting in front of me tonight. And my heart was incredibly proud of who you have become on this journey, and humbled to have had the privilege to share these miles on this road with you. I've seen you balance Outlook and Oliver. I've seen you be reflective when you were wrong, take ownership when you needed to be better. I've seen you coordinate care for the marginalized, sit at the hospital hours past sign-outs just to help the intern put in orders. I saw you find your voice, believe in your abilities. I watched you wrestle with uncertainties, and then run the service like you were attending. And it is with eager anticipation that I wait to see the ways you will grow and blossom and continue after this part of the journey is complete. I thank each of you for the lessons that you've taught me. And I hope you'll leave this place with a spirit of gratitude. Because oftentimes life can cast a shadow. Because life is hard. Medicine is hard. It can be a challenge. But what I know to be true is that there cannot be shadows in complete darkness. To have a shadow, there must be a source of light. So when you find yourself surrounded by the darkest shadows, know that there is always light. And I want you to practice to learn how to focus on the light, on the good, and always be grateful. I hope you leave this place with gratitude, because I believe that gratitude makes what we have enough. The quote says, "Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Know that you are a part of the tapestry of this program, and for all the greatness and the not so greatness that you've shared with us in these past 3 years, I thank you. I am grateful for you. And on next Friday morning, I will miss you. But leave this place with a spirit of gratitude. Now on to my assignment. I stand before you to present our Family Medicine Awards. I will begin with the W.R. Gillis Award. This award is given to the resident with the best performance by a first-year resident in the area of clinical competence, fulfillment of responsibilities, and academic achievement. The 2022 recipient of this award is personally driven to be her best self. She is eager and enthusiastic, warm and compassionate, motivated and quite capable. The W.R. Gillis Award is presented to Dr. Neka Abu. Did you really not know my name? Your surprise face is awesome. Really good job. Our next award, our PGY2 award, it is presented to the second-year resident who exemplify outstanding teaching characteristics in areas of medical student, resident, and patient education. And while I never met Dr. Jeff Coates, I learned of him as I grew up in this program myself. And when people speak of him, they do so with great admiration. It is clear from the impression that he left on their lives that he was a remarkable man. The faculty select one resident from each clinic in the second-year class that embodies the teaching characteristics that were role modeled by the late Dr. Jeff Coates. This year's recipients are Dr. Erica Watts and Dr. Cynthia Jones. Erica. Thank you. Next up, Hardy B. Woodbridge Jr. Academic Excellence Award. The criteria state this is presented to a graduating resident who has demonstrated superior academic achievement throughout residency. Our Family Medicine Teaching Center is named in honor of Dr. Woodbridge. On the wall there hangs the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon with which you can use to change the world. We strive to have a program that challenges our learners. And while we've cultivated growth across all 6 competency domains, and don't worry, I won't ask you to name them tonight, in my opinion, medical knowledge is an anchoring competency. It is foundational. So this award is presented to the graduating resident who's demonstrated superior academic excellence throughout their residency. And this year's recipient is Dr. Van Veely. It's okay. You can I didn't get marks.
We gave you a mark.
Thank you. Ms. James. The next award is the Daniel Mark Close Award, and we're honored to have Mark's mom here, who has joined us each year since we've been able to give this award. Stand over here. Mark was an amazing man. He was a resident in our program and was had a smile that was infectious and a heart that was supernaturally enormous. Mark was tragically killed alongside his fiancée by a drunk driver, but his legacy lives on in our program, and we honor him and his passion for mankind. The Pogue Award is the one award tonight that is voted on by both the faculty and the residents. It is awarded to the third-year resident who demonstrates those characteristics exhibited by Mark: compassion, generosity, a positive attitude, and humility. Someone dedicated to service that has shown a commitment to elevating the values of humanism and professionalism in the field of medicine. The recipient of the award tonight, the Daniel Mark Poet Award, is the one and only, the one, Dr. Shrina Dewan. Our final resident award of the evening is the George Lally Bevel Award. The Bevel Award is the highest honor bestowed by the department. This award is given to the third-year resident who's shown outstanding characteristics in the dedication to and the practice of the arts and science of medicine, and demonstrated excellence in leadership maturity and a strong concern for the feelings of others. I've seen her outstanding characteristics since we made slime together for Spooky U. This year's recipient for the Bevel Award is Dr. Van Neely. Award. Are the chiefs presenting that? The old chiefs are presenting that.
I was gonna say, it says them.
So every year, the residents vote for one faculty member who has not only been exceptional at teaching us about medicine, but also providing us with valuable life skills.
This award is known as the Golden Stethoscope, and this year's Golden Stethoscope Award goes to Dr. Shama Vyas. She unfortunately could not be here today to accept this award, but I believe we have a video from her.
Thank you so much, everyone, for giving me this award on my very first year as faculty. It is an honor to receive it and to be able to serve amongst all the colleagues who also deserve it. I have learned so much from each of you and have no doubt that all of you will go on to do great things. Lastly, I would like to share a poem that one of my teachers shared with me way back in school. This year you have become a shining star, have worked hard, and have brought you far. You know that I believe in you. Put your mind to it, and there's nothing you can't do. So always work hard like I know you can, and know that I'm one of your greatest fans. Thank you, and we'll miss you.
That ends our official program for tonight. We appreciate all of you coming. We appreciate you loaning us your son or daughter for the past 3 years. We have truly enjoyed having you here, and we will miss each and every one of them greatly. Please feel free to fellowship and finish your desserts. Oh, and Ms. Mashanta says that she needs all of the graduates for a group picture. Just a reminder, all of the family and residents are invited to Monday tomorrow is at Old Trace Park. We're gonna start at 1:30. Huh? 1:30? 1:30? We're gonna have all kinds of fun and games, although the Chiefs won't tell us what kind of games they have planned. So we'll expect to see y'all all there. Bring plenty of water and something cool to wear.
Hey y'all, let's take y'all's picture real quick.
No, they're mine.
That's what he said he borrowed his printer.
I couldn't find the other one.
Dr. Ummc, I appreciate that you were like ready to figure out what you want.
Oh.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that you were like, I don't know what you're supposed to do right now, but let me know what you just said then, I was like,
You're a little too close.
Get some good angle.
Man, what a good looking group.
Everybody get one?
Yeah.
Everybody, y'all got y'all's? All right, everybody got it? One last one right here. All right, good. Thank y'all. Oh, wait. You're so short. You're so short.
Take one more.
Face.
Take one more. Ready, 3. Look here, look here. I guess if we're still doing this.
Goes where? Show me where.
Can y'all do like a silly pose or something? Like the first picture you guys all did? What did you do the first time? Remember what you did that? Get on your tippy toe. The Jofi, get on your tippy toe.
There you go.
There you go.
That's right. Yes.
As an average height kind of guy, I know when I used to tip your toe.
Good catch.
Y'all ready? Okay, well, y'all turn it around. Okay, here we go. Y'all want to back to the two? One more picture.
My mama wants a picture with you.
One more picture.
They might be in the Yes, all the hearts, yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. One. This one, I'll be a little bit. Come on.
There she is.
Right between it. There you go.
All right, here we go.
Oh, did she hide it? Looking down like she's like,
Okay, here we go. One, two, three. Last one, right? One. Here we go.
That's right, we finally put you in.
All right, y'all ready? Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right, guys. Oh, we like right over here. I can't eat. I can't. Come on.
well, while they're getting there.
Hold up.
Everyone just go back to this. Okay, mommy.
તારે તો કશું છે નહીં સપોર્ટ છે ને આખો
Thank you, guys.
Fourth year when we had to see
I was telling you, it's like, you know, it's interesting. So like we're I don't know who. I don't know. Somebody messed up. And it's like the things that we find. Like to see you, even with a name. I got it. Even the strap out on my I don't know how to. That's the beautiful part of life. I mean, we can talk about it until Friday. Okay, of course. I do like him. Yeah, that's you. Of course. Yeah. When you start work?
So, I start on once, but paperwork into the official California licensure. Which they can't do until she signs on the 30th.
Yeah.
So, it got pushed back. But I found so, you know, close to work, and then I'll be obligated 4 days a week. Okay. Oh, go. Oh, you mean right now?